Alrighty, guys, we're back again. We're back, family. Back again, live again to do it. Day 17 on the challenge, of course, we're doing here. I hope you guys are joining me today. If you're on the replay, of course, let us know on the replay gang. Let us know, replay family. Let us know in the comments there. I have a great topic for you tonight. Of course, we're doing this 25 days straight, day 1 to day 25. I think I did miss 2 days. I think I missed going live and everything due to schedule conflicts and all that and everything. But I'm glad I'm here with you guys for the rest of the time, of the 25 days here straight. I don't plan to miss any day, and I'm actually going to stream on Christmas too as well. I will be going live. I'll probably go live earlier, excuse me, earlier than the day and everything on Christmas Day. But I'll let you guys know ahead of time. And also too, we have a few things planned after our challenge. We have a few things planned that I want you guys to come get involved with, especially with the New Year's. And a lot of people have New Year's resolutions, and they want to really get in touch for being healthier. Like I always, I guess I always say that if you pay now and work out now and pay the cost going to the gym, the food, or you're going to pay in other expenses later on in life. That could be hospital bills, that could be doctor's visits, that could be medicine and stuff like that. And of course, we rather pay now than later. All right, guys. So let's get started with the topic tonight. I want you guys to join us, of course. And what I'm talking about joining us is a challenge. We're doing this 25 days of health and fitness challenge. The Dr. JH3 25-day health and fitness challenge. That's when we work out for 25 days straight, and that's what we're doing here for 25 minutes. And Christmas Day, the day of December 25th, we will give in a gift of ourselves, our own health to ourselves, and also giving health to our family. We'll be doing as well. So let's hope you guys join us on this challenge here. Can you start now? Absolutely, start now. Don't wait. Don't wait. No need to wait. That's one thing about we're going to talk about tonight. Is this whole thing is not about being perfect. The word perfect, I think, shouldn't even exist. The word perfect. It's there's nothing like this perfect in life. It's nothing. I mean, there's always some ways you can move around or ad lib. There's always certain things. There's no such thing as all. All people do this. All people do that. It's no such thing as all. All dogs do this. All. Those words are not applicable. But let's get started, guys. Let's get started here with the topic tonight. Tonight's topic for day 17 is hydration is discipline. Let me say that again. Hydration is discipline. And of course, that topic pretty much says it all. We're going to talk about water consumption and just hydration in period. How hydration in all, how that helps us out. And we're going to talk about a little bit of electrolytes in it too. And I have my script, of course, here that I wrote down just to make sure I don't forget certain points I want to make sure I point out tonight with that. But we're going to, in the whole concept tonight, we'll be talking about drinking for intentional drinking. Excuse me, intentional drinking we're talking about here tonight. Intentional drinking, excuse me. It's been a long day, but we're going to get through it, guys. Excuse me. Why hydration matters. We know why hydration matters, right? You guys know this already. This is they always say that things are simple in life, just that we make it a little difficult. When we were younger, what our parents told us: drink water, drink water. My parents told me all the time. We came in the house from playing basketball in the front yard or riding our bikes or something like that, or came in the house, and guess what we did? We would go straight to the fridge to grab, my parents had sodas put to the side. That was for the adults to drink those sodas there, of course. We could sneak one every now and then, or they may let us have one every now and then. But we had Kool-Aid. That was our thing at our house that we drank there, of course. And we put tons of sugar in it, of course, as well here. And that sugar there. Hope you guys don't hear the people outside there and everything. I'm downtown and it gets loud here at night sometimes. I was hoping people wouldn't be too loud tonight, but I can hear them already kind of loud outside here. Especially the holidays, there were a few holiday parties going on, so like that. But we'll keep on going here, guys. But hydration, of course, is the big factor is hydration. If you guys want to hydrate yourself. As kids, our parents tell us to drink water. Overall, drink water here, of course. Juices, leave those alone as much. But hydration you want to have, of course, like that. But what are some of the factors if you don't get enough hydration? What factors have you noticed with yourself? I know personally, I'll tell you a few that I wrote down here to make sure I didn't forget. Low energy is one factor from being dehydrated. Having headaches, poor workouts you can have. Hunger, that is not really a hunger. It's not truly a hunger. It's actually you're actually thirsty. And also to brain fog. This all can come from not getting or not drinking enough water, or not being hydrated just in general and all that. I'll go with the when I say hydration, I'm talking about more water. I'm not talking about sports drinks. I'm not talking about juices. I'm not talking about sodas and like that at all. I'm talking about more natural stuff here, of course. Because you have to think about it as I have a great book out there. So for once adult, twice a child. So what does that mean? So adult age, of course, people are drinking all kinds of stuff like that and everything. I know myself being 50 years old now. Here, I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. That 50. It sounds still, I'm still just delighted to be 50 and about to be 51 coming up real soon here. But what other stuff that happens? I know I said those right there for hydration factors, that things that that can affect our hydration. Are those right there? Of course, those five ones are there. There was low energy, of course, headaches, poor workouts here, hunger that you think is hunger but it's not really, and of course, brain fog are there. I'm thinking about dry skin. I'm thinking about constipation. I'm thinking about when we drink our water here, of course, or drinking for hydration factors. Our skin is the largest organ outside our body. And of course, it needs water. Even in the fall time right now, that it is about to be winter coming up real soon here. Even in with the heat on like that you have, it can dry the moisture out of the room here, and then of course your skin gets a little drier and all that. And then of course some people think they don't sweat inside the house, but you do sweat even in the house, even with the heat on. You sweat even when you sleep at night and all with the heater on and stuff like that. So what you want to do, you want to hydrate yourself, because when you hydrate yourself, guess what's going to happen? You have a better chance on better performance, better recovery. I'm just looking at my notes here. Make sure I say everything. Make sure I don't forget anything. Better performance, recovery, digestive, focus, and heart health. Let me say that again. These things that the hydration actually affects performance, and of course, who doesn't want to perform? Not just at the gym, but just in life in general. Recovery. Who doesn't want to recover? I want to recover from my workouts. That is digestive system, of course. Here, uh, focus. You want to be focused. If you're not focused, then guess where you're at? You're distracted. You're everywhere, and you don't want to be that. I mean, you already end up distracted with different, IG, of course, using Instagram, that is, or Facebook, you use, or TikTok. You already have notifications on your phone and just the distraction of daily life. That we don't need any more distractions. We want to be focused on. And of course, the big one here is heart health. And heart health is one of the reasons why I started this whole challenge, 25-day challenge, because I really want you guys to be healthy out there. It takes a lot to be healthy. It does. It does, especially as we get older here. And one of the things that it takes is, I say it takes a lot. It takes us from getting rid of the distractions out here. There's tons of distractions out there. You have time to do. You have time to work out. Absolutely. You have tons of time to work out. Just up to you. One thing to notice too about hydration factors that our body is made up of mainly water. So think about it. If our body is made up mainly of water, and we don't take in, that is, we don't take in our hydration properly, then what's going to happen? We will get those affected. Being tired, being brain fog, of course, here, possibly constipation. Also, water helps out, or being hydrated helps out with lubrication of joints. Lubrication of joints, it helps out as well. So many things that happen there. But what strategy can you take now to make sure you get your water? One strategy I take is first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, I get 3 cups of water in. And someone asked specifically, what do you do specifically, Junior? I said, okay, let me tell you what I do specifically. I wake up in the morning time, and first thing I do, if I don't have to use the number one, then guess what I do? I come and grab some water here. I grab 8 ounces of water. I grab first thing in the morning. I'll drink my water, of course, here. Then I go straight to working out. And while I'm working out, of course, guess what I'm doing? I'm drinking water through that right there. In my water, maybe I may have maybe a supplement in my water, maybe a protein I may have in there, or maybe I may have creatine and something like that in it. Some kind of supplement I have, of course, like that. And I'm not advocating for you to take that in there. Of course, talk to your doctor about any kind of supplements at all, what have you. But I may have that in there, and then I drink another cup right before I head out the door. I'll drink. That'll be 24 ounces of water I have first thing off the from the morning there. And the regular rule of thumb they have that I was looking online and just looking everywhere is at least 8 ounces of water you want to take in. At least 8 cups or 8 ounces of water you want to take in. That's 64 ounces of water total. That is right there. But the first thing I take is 24 ounces first thing in the morning. And that helps out because I've been sleeping all night. If I've been sleeping, let's say for example, you've been sleeping for let's say you've been sleeping for 8 hours, typically 8 hours, but realistically for myself, say I've been sleeping 6 hours. I've been sleeping for realistically. I like to keep my 7 to 8 hours, but let's say 6 hours. If I've been sleeping for 6 hours, then I haven't been consuming any water. I haven't been eating anything. So first thing first, put the heater on and sweating at night and everything. Guess what might happen? I may be dehydrated. I haven't drank any water for 6 hours. And one way I know that there's two ways I know for myself that I'm dehydrated. Is first thing, my mucous membranes is really dry. Also, my lips will get dry too here. Get really dry, so like that. And another way I know, of course, too, is um, mucous membranes. Oh, my skin. My skin will get super dry too. It's another one. My skin will get super dry with me. Mucous membranes, super dry. There was another one right there. There's another one I can't think of right now. Some people say the color of the urine. Some people go with that too. Can play a role as well with that. But let's keep it going, guys. Of course, it's all about hydration here, and I'm gonna tell you a few things what I add to my water to kind of help me out. But there's one strategy that you can use to drink more water. Start today first thing in the morning. I have a list here that I'm reading off of that I put together, and I want to make sure I say everything here. First thing, get some water first thing in the morning there. Drink water before your meals. Hydrate before your workout, absolutely. Sip on it. Sip on it periodically throughout the day. Sip on it. And you don't want to wait. That's another thing too. That's what I was going to say here. If you're thirsty, like if I feel like I'm thirsty and I'm reaching for water, I'm already dehydrated already. It's like a rule of thumb that you're already dehydrated already. So then what you're going to do, you're trying to play catch up and all that. And they always say too, there's another one they say too, that I think I know a lot of people taking caffeine out there. A lot of people taking caffeine. And they say for 1 cup of coffee, you need 2 cups of water behind it. So 1 cup of coffee, you need 2 cups of water behind it. So you do the math on what you need to do, what you need to take in and all that. But the thing you want to be hydrated. Hydration is just not for internally. It helps out with digestive system, of course, here. So you be able to use the bathroom properly, number 1 and number 2 there, of course, there. For bowel movement, I'm talking about number 2. And also too, I always think about my skin. I think about, of course, as we age, of course, guess what happens? Wrinkles happens like that, or just dryness and stuff. You want you can prevent some, not a lot, but some you can prevent. Of course, just using sunscreen, of course, from that perspective. But also too, you can make sure you're properly hydrated. It really helps out big time too. Yep. Let's talk about a little bit of electrolytes. I'm gonna talk about, and of course, I always say talk to your doctor first, of course, about this. But when you sweat, what are you doing? You perspiring, of course, and what are you doing? You're losing certain minerals. You're losing here. So one of the ones you're losing that you're losing, of course, is sodium here. You lose sodium, potassium, and magnesium that you lose big time. And I remember when I was overseas in Kuwait as a contract worker over there, I was over there. What year was that? It's a while ago now. Wow, time go by fast. But when I was over there and everything, I remember some of the security guards when I was trying to get on base there, and they have to search your whole car. You got to get out of the car and all, stand behind the barrier and all that. They check with mirrors underneath it, making sure there's no explosive or anything underneath the car. And we'll be we were baking in the sun. They had a little shaded area, of course, there they had for us and everything, but it had fans blowing on it, but it was just hot fans. It was just hot air there blowing on us. And I remember sometime on the military base, they had what's called the black flag will come out on the military base. And I think that's when it was like 100 and, it was over 100 and something it was when the black flag came out. They didn't want us to be outside too long. They didn't want us to go from our car to another building or a building to another building. They did not want us to be outside at all when the black flag came out, and that was the conditions. But what I'm saying here, and bring this all to wrap it all up here, is that in Kuwait, I never knew that they had, and in other UAE countries, they had salt in the water already added there. And the reason that is, of course, that you're sweating, of course. And sometimes by mistake you may wipe your face like this, and you kind of sniff your skin, and it'll smell salty, or you may even maybe slightly taste it a little bit in a sense. And it's that salty taste that you have, like, oh wow, it's salty. And of course you're excreting sodium out, of course, here and everything. So you need to replenish that, or it can lead to other imbalances can lead in your system here, of course. So what do you do, of course, here? So you take in salt water, of course, like that. And sometimes what I do here for personally myself here, I'll do is I add electrolytes to my water. And one of the electrolytes that I add to my water would be something called liquid IV. It's called liquid IV. It's called, and you can get it at Kroger or something like that and everything. I'm not sponsored by them by no means. I don't get no percentage or anything by telling you about that and everything, but it really works pretty well there. I think there's a mango flavor, and I think they have a fruit punch flavor they have one with sugar and one with no sugar they have. And I do one with no sugar. It tastes pretty good too, but I really can feel the effects of it because I do a pretty clean, just pretty straight water I do. But why should you add electrolytes to your water? help out decrease of muscle cramps here, energy level here, of course, here, better workouts, and dehydration, a better hydration overall it helps out with. So those are some factors there, of course. So you add electrolytes to it, you add minerals to your water, you can, lightly salted food, you can, eat more whole foods, just like that. Um, but of course, like I said, all the stuff I'm saying here, especially with the electrolytes and all that, talk to your doctor for, especially adding salt to your food, even a light bit of salt. You know, you always want to consult your doctor and all that, and what type of plan, of nutrition plan that you're eating. Some people do Mediterranean diet, some people do a vegan diet, some people do paleo diet, flexitarian diet. There's all type of diets out there and stuff like that. Some are a little more heavy on salt, some are less heavy on salt. But you, at the end of the day, you want to consume your water. You want to consume. I always say most of I go about 3/4 of a gallon or a gallon of water per day. That's the game plan. Lately, I've been about 3/4 I've been doing, and that's been a combination of most of I drink is it's straight water. Then I do the liquid IVs. Of course, I do that, or I do what's it called, sparkling water. I'll do that, and that's one of the things I do. I'll do what's called Spindrift. I don't know if you guys heard of that before, but Spindrift is a nice, um, great way to supplement from drinking straight water. Because sometimes it gets a little, I'm not gonna lie, it gets a little stale sometimes, it does. And not stale, smelling water or taste water, but it just over time is doing it over and over and over. You need a little break there. And sometimes I may do it like a ginger ale, I might do, or there's a few healthy sodas out there. I may do some of those sometimes too. But mainly I get my water, I mainly get my hydration from water, basic water. I'll get it from um, sparkling water, or what else? Or from food too. You can get water from food as well here. And the water you get your fruit from, excuse me, is fruits and vegetables you get from. Yep. So you want to be intentional with your drinking. If you want to get your at least a minimum 8 cups of water in a day, you have to be intentional with it. You have to put the cup in front of you, or have I have a big jug I'm looking at right now actually that I bought. It's called agua. It's called agua jug. It's called, and it's a big, almost I think it's a half a gallon water jug, and I carry that around with me, and that helps me to remind me to drink water. What else? I have another one out there called not another, but I have an app out there called Plant Nanny. You know, a nanny that helps you out at the house, help your kids out or something like that. You have a nanny for your kids. It's called Plant, like a plant that you have that you're growing in your garden, and Nanny. There's an app out there, and that app right there actually can help you out with more drinking, more consistent. Because the whole game plan here is not to being perfect. Some days you may drink more water. Say if you do this tomorrow, say if you drink more water tomorrow, be conscious. And that's the whole thing about all this. And it's about being conscious in life, because we're on repeat. It's sort of like the stuff that you did as a kid, a lot of stuff you start doing now. It's as your adult. I mean, it's just until you make that adjustment, make that shift, and like, okay, you question things like, why am I eating this food every day? Or why am I drinking this every day? And then you really question things, or you meet some new people in your life and everything, and they get you to see things from a different perspective. Like, oh, okay, I never thought about that. I never thought about putting maybe lemon in my water to make it taste a little better. I never thought about that. Or maybe getting a liquid IV and put that in your water, or maybe get like you making your own lemonade here. Not lemonade from sweet. I'm not talking about sweet tea. I'm not talking about none of that, or lemonade from a store. I'm talking you make your own lemonade with the lime and all this like that. It's like someone gets you to see from a different perspective of it and think, okay, why didn't think about this before? Instead of buying it and all that. But it's convenience. That's why you're buying it. And also, it's convenience, and it's right there in the store. It doesn't take any more process. You just pick it up and keep it going and all that. But it really comes down to you really want to get your water in. It's like that. I know it's a challenge out there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a challenge for me every day. Remind myself at work, and we're going like this at work, or maybe it's a slower day at work, and I'm trying to, make sure I get my water in and everything. I'll come home, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta get my water in the rest of the day here. And then if I get too much water in this, I'm up late at night and all this. I gotta cut my water off, so I gotta start early. So you want to be intentional what you do, not just with the workout, of course. Here, 25 minutes a day, like we're doing with this challenge here. Just in general, with your hydration, and just in life in general, you want to be intentional what you do. I was talking to my coworkers today, a few of my coworkers, and I was asking them what they plan to do for. They're asking me first, 2026. What's the new plans, stuff like that. And I said that Well, I don't think I got around to saying we got busy with other stuff talking about. But the main thing I want to be is be intentional with the stuff I do in 2026. People I'm around, um, the business ventures I go for, job wise and stuff like that. From reaching out to possibly advance my career somewhere another field, excuse me, over the same field. I want to be intentional with that. And I want you to be intentional too, because your health, you have to be intentional with your health. You have to be. You have to be intentional with your health. You feeling dizzy? Grab a seat. Be intentional with the grabbing a seat if you're dizzy. And that's just a small example here. Intentional with your money. You want to be intentional. And be intentional, you have to be conscious. You have to be truly, truly be conscious of your surroundings and what you're doing. You have to be, because we're all creatures of habit. That's a key thing you have to remember here. We're creatures of habit. So the possibility of doing 25, this is serious, this is real talk here. It's a possibility of doing 25 days in a row for 25 minutes and going back to your old routine. It's so easy to do. It's easy doing that. It's easy not to do stuff. Absolutely. It's easy to sit on the couch and watch TV with the dog and husband or wife or whatever you have going on in your life. It's so easy to do that. So easy to do that. It's so easy to do the things that's easy in life versus, getting up after you finish work and working, you're 9 to 5, coming home and working out, or going to the gym and work out, or do it early in the morning so you have to go to bed early at night. So you get the kids to bed, you get the dog to bed, you have to get everybody to bed and then go to sleep. Or then when everybody's going to sleep, then you work out. Or maybe taking classes at night. So it's a challenge. And I'm just talking about stuff in general. And you want to be intentional with your stuff. You really want to be intentional with your stuff here. But anyway, let me get out of here. I'm on a whole tangent talking about other stuff here and everything. But you want to be intentional with your water drinking and all that. So I wish you guys the best tomorrow, guys. It's day 17 of our challenge, of course, here. Join us for the challenge. I went a little longer than I expected to go tonight here, but I wanted to go. I wanted to make sure I get this message to you guys and all that. It's important, guys. It is so important, man. You want to be intentional with your water drinking here. You want to be intentional with if you're adding electrolytes, you want to be intentional with that. You want to be intentional with getting your 25 minutes a day in of some kind of type of working out. If it's weight training, if it's cardio, if it's calisthenics, there's no excuse. We're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to be consistent, disciplined, and trying to keep ourselves healthy as possible. With that said there, guys, I hope you guys join us for day 18 tomorrow for the challenge, of course, again, 25 minutes. And also I'll have a small challenge in that too about getting more fiber in. So look out for that video coming up. It's going to be a YouTube short I'll be having with that. Again, you were Dr. JH3 with the Dr. JH3 25-day health and fitness challenge. This is when we work out for 25 minutes straight in a row. And Christmas Day comes, we're giving we're giving the present of our health to ourselves and to our family members. Love you guys. Take care of yourself. Talk to you very soon. Take care.